Hola! Today we're going to talk about some different kinds of pronouns in Espanol. There's 3 or 4 kinds spoken about here, so you can certainly stop where you've had enough and come back for more. But let's get going. Here we go. Vámonos. So, first of all, in order to replace some things with a pronoun, we need to know what that thing is. So, first of all, we're going to start with direct objects. So, objeto directo, la persona o la cosa que recibe la acción directa del verbo. The person or thing receiving the direct action of the verb. So a lot of times we say the thing being verbed. So the thing being bought, the person being invited, examples like that. In English, it would look like this. I want to buy a bracelet. The bracelet is the thing being bought, so it's the thing being verb. So it is the direct object. But we know we're talking about the bracelet as we're in a conversation or writing about something. So now we're going to replace bracelet with it in English, the pronoun it. So now it becomes a direct object pronoun. It is replacing the noun bracelet, so it's a pronoun. In Spanish, it would look like this. Yo compro una pulsera. I buy or I'm buying a bracelet. A bracelet is feminine, so for it, it gets the pronoun la. La compro, I'm buying it, or I buy it. With 2 verbs, it might look like this. Quiero comprarla, or la quiero comprar. I want to buy it. In Spanish, there's certain requirements of where these pronouns are placed. For simple statements with 1 verb, this DOP must go in front of the verb. So that's why it's there. La compro, la quiero. The subject pronoun, as always in Spanish, is optional. Yo in this case, so that's represented there in parentheses because it's optional. If you have 2 verbs, the DOP can be in front of the verbs or attached to the second verb, which as you know is usually an infinitive. So it looks like this. La quiero comprar, or quiero comprarla, I want to buy it, or la voy a comprar, voy a comprarla, I'm going to buy it. And here they are, the DOPs, the direct object pronouns, me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, las. So again, the thing being verbed, the thing receiving the action of the verb. Now we're going to talk about indirect objects, so we can make them pronouns also. This is objeto indirecto, la persona o la cosa para quien o para que se hace la acción. The person or thing to whom or for whom the action is being done. So before it was the thing receiving the action of the verb, like the thing being bought. Now we're saying for whom is that being bought, or to whom something is being given. And certain verbs certainly will lend themselves more to having indirect object pronouns than others, like giving something, telling something to someone, or giving something to someone. And this is what it looks like in English. I want to buy a bracelet for Susana. Susana is for whom the bracelet is being bought. So the bracelet is still that direct object, but now we're buying it for someone, Susana. So she's the indirect object. And then it looks like this. We know that we're talking about Susana already. We don't have to keep repeating her name, but we can replace her name with her, the pronoun her. And that's still the for whom the bracelet is being bought. So her is now the indirect object pronoun. And this is what it would look like in Spanish. Le compro una pulsera. Le quiero comprar una pulsera. Quiero comprarle una pulsera. We have a Susana in parentheses if you want to use that for emphasis or clarification. And these pronouns are not really optional. They are most typically in the sentence or in the conversation, as opposed to other ones that replace a noun and the noun is no longer there. Le compro una pulsera. Le compro una pulsera a Susana. There they are again. And here are all of them. Me, te, le. nos, os, les. Again, the to whom or to what or for what something is happening. Sometimes you'll see it like this with added prepositional pronouns. Again, they're added there for clarification or emphasis. Maybe somebody wants to emphasize, pues a mí me gusta el chocolate. Emphasizing, especially with the pronouns le or les that could be different people. They are often used for clarification. Maybe a ella le gusta el chocolate. A él no le gusta el chocolate. So again, prepositional pronouns if you want them for clarification or emphasis. We've seen IOPs a lot with verbs like gustar because that is something that is pleasing to someone or something. So that's what they are when you see your gustar verbs. Me gusta cantar. Te encantan las fresas. Le choca correr. Now, pronombres dobles, double object pronouns in Espanol. When we drop both the direct object and the indirect object in a sentence and use two pronouns, we get double object pronouns, dobles. So, in English, we'll start off. He wants to buy me and Juan a car. So again, the thing being bought here is a car. That's our direct object. For whom it is being bought? For me and Juan. So we are the indirect object objects. And then we're going to replace them with pronouns. So in English, it looks like this. He wants to buy it for us. Car became it, us replaces me and Juan. So we've got a double object pronouns in that sentence. And the word orders like this, you'll see it in just a minute, usually to whom, what, and the verb. So it looks like this, nos lo compra, in the same example of the car. And when we have two verbs in a sentence, you'll see the similar options as to when you have just one pronoun. We'll do it with the doubles. This is what it looks like. Nos lo compra. So using the same car example, he buys it for us or is buying it for us. Here's where we have the indirect, which we kind of have to have in the sentence, but we still left in the direct object. Nos quiere comprar un carro. He wants to buy us a car, a Juan y a mí. Now we've dropped the car, we know it's Juan and me, and we've got a doble. Nos lo quiere comprar. He wants to buy it for us. And because we have two verbs, we also have the option of attaching them to that second verb that's in the infinitive. Quiere comprárnoslo. He wants to buy it for us. Now, one rule here is you cannot put two pronouns together with ls, like le lo, le las, le la, le los, any of those. Therefore, the one that comes first, the to whom or for whom, changes to se. So if it was the example of the pulsera, le compro una pulsera a Susana. Le would be to Susana. La for the pulsera, and I can't le la, so that changes to se la compro. I'm buying it for her, or I buy it for her. Here's some other examples of how those combine. Different people to whom it's happening, different things that are being bought. Nos la compra, te lo compro, me los compra, just as a few examples. And of course, everything is better for practice, so listen to this again if you need to, come back to it for the examples, and suerte, good luck with all your practice and using pronombres en español. Gracias.